Okay, by now we should have finished that section. And if we look at what I've got down, there's a couple of things that really strike me as, oh my gosh, that is so not fair. The first one is the peasants had to pay dues to inn. Inn, you see I've underlined the inn. That's to tell me it's standing for nobles. Dues would be like a membership fee. If anybody's parents go to Sam's Club, you have to pay a membership fee. That's kind of what they were doing. It's like a tax that they're paying to the noble. P standing for, remember, the nobles are the kings and stuff, and the lords. And usually what would happen is I would give my money, my dues to the Lord. And the Lord would pass some of that on to the king. We'll learn more about that towards the end of the year. P, or peasant, couldn't hunt pest animals. In other words, if that rabbit is out there eating my food, I can't kill the rabbit. Number one, I would love to eat that rabbit.
What?
Cottontails are really good. Jackrabbits, meh. They're okay, but cottontails are really good. So, number one, I would want to kill that rabbit so I could eat it. Number two, it's eating my food. I want to protect my food, but I can't because that rabbit belongs to the Lord, and only the Lord, the owner of the land, is allowed to kill that animal because hunting is a sport. That's really not fair. That's my food that thing's eating, and that Lord is going to go kill it and eat it. If it's eating my food, I want to be able to eat it. Also, the peasants pay dues to the church. So now you're giving your money to 2 or 3 different places, and there's not much money left to you. Peeps began to think about fairness. Nothing in the last 100 years had changed. But all of a sudden people are like, wait a minute, this ain't fair. So now all of this is details. What would we call these? Would we want to group these together as details? What would you call them?
Other inequalities.
That would be good. And you know, that's kind of neat because what's the title of, or the caption of that or heading? Other inequalities. So I would caption this in my main idea, other inequalities. Now, since we are stopping here today, we want to go ahead and do a short summary. Because right now we've learned some of the main reasons that the French Revolution started. So let's go ahead and write it out. Remembering that when we're writing a summary, we aren't saying, today I learned about the French Revolution and stopping. We're actually using our details in here. Now, if you don't mind, to save time, I've already got a summary written. How about we look at that together? So if I put my summary up here, the FR, I abbreviated because I know it's about French Revolution. The FR started due to inequalities. Everything I took notes on today was about inequalities. Peasants had to pay taxes in and C, nobles and the clergy, so the kings and the lords didn't have to. The clergy, the priest of the church, didn't have to pay them, but the ordinary people had to pay taxes. They couldn't kill their own pests. I should have probably put P, couldn't kill their own pest. So that wasn't fair to them. And the peeps began to think, if I went home and was trying to study for a test or work on an assignment, would that summary tell me all the reasons that I would need to know as to why the French Revolution started?
Yeah.
It does so far for everything we've read. As we'll find out when we're in here next, there are a few more reasons that the French Revolution started. Would you believe the American Revolution had something to do with
Yeah.
the French Revolution? It's kind of neat, and that's one reason I like it so much, is because as you guys remember from last year, France really helped us out of a bind. We didn't have the money or supplies to fight our war, and if it wasn't for France, we couldn't have fought our revolution. Unfortunately, it caused problems in France. After you've got that all done, go ahead and pack your things up and get ready to go